In Geneva, Switzerland, the 60th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council became the stage for voices long silenced by terrorism. At a side event titled Victims of Terror, jointly organized by the Shivi Development Society and the People's Cultural Center, survivors, activists and community leaders came together to highlight Pakistan's role in abetting cross-border terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. The gathering called for justice, recognition and global solidarity with those who have borne the brunt of decades of violence.
An event titled Victims of Terror was held in Geneva on the sidelines of the 60th session of the UN Human Rights Council honoring victims and survivors of terrorism. Jointly organized by the Shivi Development Society and the People's Cultural Center, the event shed light on the devastating human cost of terrorism while drawing attention to Pakistan's continued role in abetting cross-border terror in Jammu and Kashmir. The event brought together human rights activists, NGO representatives, journalists and academicians. Speakers urged international actors to intensify efforts against terrorism and expose Pakistan's hand in destabilizing South Asia. The focus was clear. Terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir is not a homegrown phenomenon, but a sustained campaign of violence exported from across the border. Political and social activist Shehnaz Ganei underscored that Pakistan alone is the architect of Kashmir's terror landscape. She highlighted that for more than 3 decades, ordinary men, women, children, pilgrims and tourists have been killed not by rebels but by members of UN-designated terror groups such as Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed and the Resistance Front.
So we are here to raise the voices of our people who are the victims of this cross-border terrorism. No, there is no conflict between unequals. India is a democracy where institutions function under law, whereas Pakistan is a military state which only sponsors and trains terrorists. When in Jammu and Kashmir, people are killed like ordinary men, women, children, pilgrims, tourists. They are not killed by the spontaneous rebels. They are killed by the members of the Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed and TRF. And you know, these organizations are registered organizations as a terrorist groups by UN, US and India. So there is no symmetry between the state defending its people and the state who is sponsoring and manufacturing terror.
Ganei compared India's democratic institutions with Pakistan's military-driven terror machinery, stressing that there can be no symmetry between a state defending its citizens and a state manufacturing terrorism. She also condemned the recent Pahalgam terror attack, calling it an attempt to sabotage economic revival, tourism and growth in the region. From the Kashmiri Pandit community, advocate Vishwa Ranjan Pandita described the genocide and forced exodus inflicted upon his people in 1990. He recalled how targeted killings and mass violence forced the community into displacement, a tragedy that still awaits global recognition.
Although the issue of Kashmiri Pandits have been discussed within the country for a long time at international forums like United Nations, I think it was missing. That is why we are here, to let people and the world know what happened to the Kashmiri Pandits in 1990, to bust the narratives of Pakistan. That is why we are here. And also from this stage, also from this forum, we want to request the world community to direct Pakistan to stop aiding and abetting the terror, to stop the terror activities they are doing in India and in our state of Jammu and Kashmir, and also direct the Pakistan to dismantle its terror infrastructure completely.
Pandita urged the global community to dismantle Pakistan's terror infrastructure and to hold Islamabad accountable for crimes against humanity. He warned that Pakistan's proxies, such as the Resistance Front, continue to operate under the false narrative of an indigenous struggle masking the truth of cross-border terror. Speaking on behalf of the Sikh community, Harleen Kaur recounted the pain of deliberate targeting of Sikhs in Jammu and Kashmir. She accused Pakistan-backed terror groups of seeking to fracture social harmony and spread fear.
Actually, it is a misconception that is going throughout the world and the nation. Actually, Muslims are very well off there. They live the life with dignity. They're educators, entrepreneurs, and into sports also. They are too much economically well off, and they hold a very significant roles in administration, in government sectors, in police sectors. And I must say, it's better to visit Kashmir and see the situation there by yourself.
The event concluded with a strong appeal for global solidarity with terror victims and an urgent call for accountability. Speakers emphasized that Pakistan's long-standing policy of exporting terrorism has devastated lives in Jammu and Kashmir but has failed to break the determination of its people.